The observation deck of the Valiant's Pride fell silent as Commander Thexral watched the security footage for the third time. Two Karathi predator cubs, apex carnivores whose adult forms could tear through reinforced steel, sat motionless in their containment unit. Their meals, carefully prepared according to their species' exact nutritional requirements, lay untouched for the fourth consecutive day. "They will die," the ship's xenobiologist Dr. Memra said quietly. Her tentacles curled with anxiety. Karathi cubs enter a death spiral if they refuse food for more than 5 days. "Their metabolism is too aggressive, nor have you tried everything?" Thexral asked, though he already knew the answer. "Every protocol, every recorded technique from the Karathi homeworld." She paused, her translator struggling with her next words. "They keep calling, making distress vocalizations. But not for their mother. We lost the adult Karathi when the Zrel attacked our supply convoy." Thexral's claws tapped against the console. The Karathi were their allies, proud, fierce, and invaluable in the war against the Zrel Dominion. These cubs were the offspring of War Mother Chakra, who had died defending a human colony ship. The Alliance owed her species a debt that could never be repaid. "What about the human?" a voice said from the doorway. Everyone turned. Lieutenant Koros, the tactical officer, stood with a data pad. "The human soldier, Aaron. He was there when we extracted the cubs from the destroyed ship." I reviewed the logs. "The cubs imprinted on him during the rescue." "Impossible," Dr. Memra said. "Karathi don't imprint on other species. They barely tolerate non-Karathi in their presence." "Then explain the footage." Koros transmitted the file to the main screen. It showed the rescue operation from 2 weeks prior. Smoke and emergency lights flickered through the dying ship's corridors. And there, Aaron, the human soldier, cradling 2 terrified cubs against his chest, speaking in soft tones as weapons fire echoed around them. One cub, the smaller one with the distinctive stripe pattern, pressed its face against Aaron's neck. Roka. That's what Aaron had called him in the extraction report. "The human is on the front lines," Thexral said. "The Zrel breakthrough at the Khazara Nebula. We can't pull a soldier from active combat for this." "With respect, Commander," Koros replied. "We're about to lose 2 Karathi cubs. Their species' birth rate is already critically low after 3 years of war. Can we afford not to try?" Aaron materialized on the transport pad covered in carbon scoring and dried blood. None of it his own, he quickly assured the medical team. He'd been pulled from a holding position where his unit had been dug in for 18 hours straight. "Sir, I don't understand," he said to Commander Thexral as they rushed through the corridors. "Why pull me? I'm just infantry. There are xenobiologists, animal handlers. The cubs are dying," Thexral said bluntly, "and we believe you're the only one who can help." They reached the containment unit. Through the transparent barrier, Aaron saw them. Roka and his sister huddled together, their once vibrant scales now dull. They looked so much smaller than he remembered. "Hey," Aaron whispered, approaching the barrier. "Hey, little guy, Roka, remember me?" For a moment, nothing. Then Roka's head lifted. His nostrils flared. A sound erupted from his throat. Not the distress call the crew had been hearing, but something else. Something that made Dr. Memra's translator emit confused static. That's a greeting call," she stammered. "Cubs only make that sound for their war mother." Roka stumbled toward the barrier, his sister close behind. Both cubs pressed against the transparent surface, their claws scratching frantically. They weren't trying to attack. They were trying to reach him. "Let me in," Aaron said. "Absolutely not," Dr. Memra protested. "They're still predators. Stressed, starving predators. They won't." Aaron's voice was firm. "Their mother died protecting humans. The least I can do is make sure her cubs live. Let me in." Commander Thexral studied the human for a long moment, then nodded. The barrier retracted. Aaron stepped inside and immediately dropped to one knee. Both cubs crashed into him with enough force to knock a smaller species over. Roka climbed onto his shoulders, making that strange purring growl sound. His sister, Aaron, had called her swift in the rescue report, wrapped around his leg. "I'm sorry," Aaron murmured, stroking Roka's scales. "I'm so sorry I left you. I thought you'd be safe here. I thought," his voice cracked, "I thought you'd forget about me." Roka chirped, an actual chirp like the sound Karathi cubs made when their mother returned from a hunt. He nudged Aaron's face with his snout, his serpentine tongue flicking out to taste the air around him. "You need to eat, buddy," Aaron said softly. "You and Swift both. You're scaring everyone. He reached for one of the untouched meal bowls and held it up. Roka sniffed it, then looked at Aaron, waiting. Understanding dawned on Aaron's face. Oh, I get it. He picked up a piece of the meat with his bare hand and held it out. Here, from me. Roka took it gently, his razor-sharp teeth never even grazing Aaron's fingers. He swallowed, then chirped again. Swift abandoned Aaron's leg and rushed to the bowl, but she too waited until Aaron offered her a piece directly. They're feeding, Dr. Memra breathed. After 4 days, they're finally feeding. Hours later, after both cubs had eaten their fill and fallen asleep curled around Aaron's legs, Commander Thexral entered the containment unit. The Karathi High Council has been informed, he said quietly. They're sending a war mother to take custody of the cubs. But Aaron, he paused. They want to know if you'll stay with them until she arrives. Another 3 days. 3 days? Aaron looked down at Roka, whose scales were already regaining their luster. Sir, my unit is being rotated off the front for resupply and rest. I've already arranged it. Thexral's expression softened, a rare sight. You humans have a saying, no one left behind. These cubs, they didn't leave you behind either. Aaron was quiet for a moment, then nodded. 3 days, sir. But as Roka stirred and made a small, contented sound in his sleep, Aaron suspected that the bond formed in fire and smoke wouldn't break after 3 days. The Karathi remembered their debts, and apparently so did their cubs.